Hi friends, Blake here from the Sephora squad from downtown Portland. I'm here today to show you all how to do this rose gold editorial blushy look. If you want to see how I got this look, be sure to keep on watching. To start off this rose gold look, I'll be using the Huda Beauty The New Nude eyeshadow palette. This palette has a perfect mix of warm tone neutrals, cool tone neutrals, glitters, and metallic foils to make your eyes really pop. The first shade I'll be using is Play. I'll be using that as a transition shade and as a little bit of blush too. I'm using the Sephora Collection number 19 brush to apply that, and I'm just going to start buffing that into the crease. I love this shade because it's a really light, peachy nude, and it's perfect for just starting to build our colors and add a little definition. Don't be afraid to really buff and blend this shadow far out, since we'll be adding more colors and deepening it up later. Bringing that onto the lower lash line as well, and onto the high points of my cheekbones. Using circular motions to blend that out, and dipping in more to build up the intensity of the color. Blending that up and under the brow, and pull it back into the temple as well. We're just really bringing the shade kind of all over. Just go in really lightly with your brush and use circular motions super lightly to get a nice like melting into the skin effect. Moving on to the other side as well, we're just going to repeat that same process, buffing and blending the shadows all over the high points of our face and eye. This number 19 brush is perfect for this technique because it's a little bit larger in size. You can buff it not just in the eyes, but all over the face as well. It's also the perfect size for a highlighter or precision blush brush. Buffing this color into your temples is going to give the look of softer, more wearable editorial appearance. With a slightly more precise 27 brush, I'm going to be using the shade Tickle to build some more definition around the outer portions and inner portions of the eye. When applying the shade, since we're going for a halo eye effect, you really just want to focus the pigment on the outer and inner portion of the eye. Leave a little empty space right in the middle up to the brow bone. That's where our spotlight will be. And then using circular motions to melt that color into our first shade. Dipping in with a little bit more color to build some intensity, and creating kind of a half circle shape on my lower and upper lash line. And then just lightly buffing that back into my temple as well. And now for the inner corner, we're gonna keep that right in the crease, the inner corner of my eye. Just kind of work that color in, remembering to leave that space in the middle, and then on the lower portion as well. The 27 brush will give us the same effect as the 19, but since it's slightly smaller, you can be a little bit more precise with it. Using that same 27 brush, I'm dipping into the shade Spanked to add even more definition. With this color, as we're getting deeper, we're gonna focus it more on the lid than the actual crease of the eye. Just using tapping motions to pack that in on the outer and the inner corner, leaving that space in the middle. And then carefully using that brush right on the lower lash line, and again, kind of connecting the two. I love this palette because it works with all different skin tones and eye colors, but for me personally, with my blue eyes, these rose gold kind of tones really make them pop. But the palette has warm tone colors and cool tones, so it works with all eye colors. When I'm applying this deeper color, just think the four corners of your eyes where you want to focus this shade. And then just checking for symmetry as I go along. All right, using a taper number 13 brush, I'm gonna use the shade Love Bite to deepen this even more and kind of intensify those four corners we talked about. And then focusing the shade right up on the lash line, but again, leaving that gap in the middle. The 13 brush is great for this technique since it's kind of pinched and tapered. You can get right up against the lash line with it. Using this, it'll just make the look even more dramatic. Next side. You can just see the beautiful depth that the shade is bringing to the look. It also will make the lashes appear a little bit fuller. All right, now that we built all the depth and definition for this look, it's time to make the highlights pop a little bit more. I'm dipping into this white shade called Bear, and I'm gonna place this right on the high points of my eyelid. Using the same number 13 brush, I'm just tapping on that color. And then you're gonna wanna bring that all the way up to your brow as well. This will just make the highlights really stand out and pop. Since this shade is really light, be sure to clean it before you dip into a Bear. Also taking that same shade underneath the eye, right in the middle, and repeating that step on the other side. So you don't mess with the blending that we did with the other colors, just be sure to use a light tapping motion when applying. And be sure to focus that just right in the middle of the eye. Alright, using this gold shade called Crave, I'm using my damp number 13 brush to add the pop of metallic to the highlights of the eye. Just using a gentle tapping motion. Using a damp brush will really get this shade very vibrant and bright, so you don't need to use much pressure with it. And just be sure to focus that right where we placed Bear, and on the lower portion as well. Again, this number 13 brush is perfect for this technique since it is so tapered and pointed. You can place it right where you want that pop. Alright, going back to my number 19 brush, I'm using that same shade to add a little more dash of gold on the cheekbones. Focusing that right on the high points of the cheek for a little bit more of a glow. Also take a little bit of that shade up onto the high points of the forehead, so whenever your cheekbone highlight hits, it'll hit on your forehead too and give the appearance of a dewy, luminous complexion. Look at that rose gold glow. Oh my gosh, I'm living. For liner today, I'll be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Eyeliner. I love this liner because it has a nice brush tip applicator that lets it flow really easily, and it gives you an intense waterproof black line, creating a really fine line towards the inner corner of the eye, and keep the line really thin over the spotlight that we created. This liner is so easy. It flows so easily. It's really great for beginners. Next side. I feel like this brush tip allows the very tip of the liner to always be saturated, so you can get super fine with it. And then making sure that both the lines are even. For mascara today, I'll be using the Milk Makeup Kush High Volume Mascara. I love this mascara because it has heart-shaped fibers that are gonna latch onto your lash and give you major volume, but this brush is really good at separating the lashes as well. This mascara also has hemp-derived cannabis seed oil that's gonna help to nourish and condition the lashes. Using the tip to kind of lengthen the inner lashes. Getting right at the root of the lash and wiggling and pulling out. All right, and for the lower lashes, just wiggling that brush along. Just making sure to use mostly the tip of the brush. You can stop here if you'd like, but today I'm gonna add some lashes. I'm using the Huda Beauty Foam Mink Lash Collection in the style Noelle. Just applying a light layer of some lash glue, and we'll leave it for a second to dry and get tacky. I'm applying a little extra glue on the inner and outer corners just to make sure they stick down really nicely. And then holding my compact mirror right below my chin so I have full access to my lash line. I'm gonna pop that right on the middle of the lashes. Securing that inner corner first, then the outer corner as well. I love this style of lash for this look because they're super fluffy and fun and flirty and really soft for this soft blended eyeshadow look. Okay, that one went on like a dream. Okay. Little pro tip, going back in with that same liner just to kind of blend that inner corner of the lash band in with my actual lash line. That really helped to blend the lashes in. To line my lips today, I'll be using the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil, Eyelip and Brow Pencil. I'm using the shade Wherever Walnut to line my lips. Starting right in the middle of my lips. All right, first lining the Cupid's bow, and then we're gonna wanna connect that line from the outer corner up. These pencils you can use as lip liner, and the waterline, as brows, freckles. They're multi-use and really creamy and really matte. For the bottom lip, just starting right in the center, then connecting that from the outer corner inward. For my lip today, I'll be using the Jouer Cosmetics Essential Lip Enhancer Shine Balm. Going in with the shade Rose, just gonna slide that onto the lips. I love these because they give you really juicy, hydrated, shiny lips, and they're really comfortable to wear. This is the perfect shade for this rose gold look that we're doing. To finish off this rose gold look, I'll be using the Patrick Ta Major Glow Body Oil to get a little bit of a glow. I'll be using the shade of Vision, which is this beautiful rose gold shade, and I'm just gonna spray this directly onto my décolleté. And then using my fingers to rub that in. It has this delicious like vanilla coconut scent. And it's super hydrating and feels so, so nice on the skin. Alrighty, and that completes my rose gold blushy editorial look. Thank you all so much for watching this tutorial. Be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.